We left Whistler on a Monday morning to take the 11:05 ferry to Vancouver Island. There was no rush in the morning, and we arrived during daylight hours in Tofino. From the ferry to Tofino, it is 200 kilometers on mostly winding roads. Welcome to our escapades. Ursula is the navigator, my name is Dieter, and I'm the wheelman. Highway 4 to Tofino passes through the Macmillan Provincial Park, a popular stop to see the old, huge Douglas firs. We didn't stop. We were eager to get here, the Surf Grove Campground on Cox Bay. Now we had 12 full days to enjoy the frigidly cold Pacific Ocean and lay eyes on jellyfish. We get to them later. This was our campsite, rainforest in the back, living fence on both sides. With electrical connections, fresh water and sewage drain, this campground is well designed and meticulously maintained. This is the ever-changing and amazing Cox Bay beach the day we arrived. And this is the next day around lunchtime. The tides were around 2 meters and the water receded about 50 meters on the sandy beach. With a water temperature of 18 Celsius at best. Why is this place so popular? The waves. And as long as there is daylight, we saw surfers conquering these waves. When we planned to come here to Cox Bay, renting a surfboard was high on my list. In our younger years, we did go windsurfing. But let's just say that we did not maintain our skill level. What I learned from family and friends, surfing is a process. The first step before grabbing the board is to check out the waves. Either on wheels or not. Once there is an accord, dress up and get wet. If the waves are not perfect, go to the next beach and repeat. The waves looked very impressive and they are not even big ones. Still, you have to get out there where there are no breaking waves. First, the surfers jump over the waves, and when it is too deep, they dive under the waves. And that's what it looks like from out above. Relentless, one wave, then the next. Mesmerizing to watch. I can see the attraction of paddling the waves, to get where the breaking waves are born. When you make it to ride the wave, you have maybe 15 seconds of enjoyment, or a hell of a time to find your way up where there is air to breathe. The waves don't care, they keep on coming. When you're back on shore, you have stories to tell. The beach is also a place to relax. Play a round of bocce. Search for treasures. Find a shell in a shell. And another shell. And whatever that is. Lots of bull kelp. They can grow 2 feet per day and reach 100 feet. The stem is hollow and the bladder at the top end is gas-filled and has blades. They are edible when correctly prepared. Or you can use them for that. And yes, jellyfish. The translucent ones are likely moon jellies. They are more abundant in September. There will be more jellyfish stories. Watch the sunset and the northern lights. While we were out there, we witnessed the glowing seas. The breaking waves and our footsteps in the sand made plankton glow. We could not capture the faint glow with our cameras. This is known as bioluminescence and occurs in September. There were more magical creatures to see along the coastline. We had to wait for low tide to walk around the rocks. The first attempt was at low tide, but not all of them retreated the same. We had to turn around. 2 days later, we started again, and it looked dry until it wasn't. Actually, we made it that time. This is what we found. A cave and rocks covered with sea creatures. An amazing world covered by water most of the day and exposed for many 2 hours twice during low tide. We got a better appreciation for the marine world around here in Ucluelet Aquarium. This is a collect and release exhibit of species found in the local waters. I had so many questions and the staff could answer them all. This is the best and most educational aquarium I have visited. You have to bring your whole family here. It was also the only place I saw a whale up close. Yes, that counts. And a tank full of jellyfish. My second encounter with jellyfish, but not the last. And while we were in Ucluelet, we found Captain Hook, cappuccino and fishing gear. What a great excuse to get a cappuccino and complement the fishing gear. The west coast of Vancouver Island is famous for the rainforest and the rugged coastline. We didn't have far to go to see the rainforest. It was right behind our trailer. A more impressive rainforest is off the Pacific Rim Highway with the fitting name Rainforest Trail. The northern trail is on a wooden boardwalk with lots of stairs. An amazing journey through the stages of the cedars, hemlocks and firs, plus other plants that are the rainforest. The wild Pacific Rim Trail runs on top of the cliffs through the forest that is exposed to the harsh Pacific weather. Lookouts along the trail show the waves crashing on the rocks, and this here is in good weather conditions. Another impressive trail is the ancient Cedar Loop. This tree is over 800 years old and measures 12 meters around the base. Truly impressive. At the end of the trail is an audio documentation. Learn about the ancient tree names and concepts.
Everyone welcome. Ucluelet, people of the Safe Harbor, have lived along Vancouver Island's west coast for thousands of years and is one of Toronto's nations. The modern Ucluelet is an amalgamation of families from many different villages that came together after contact with Europeans to form the Ucluelet nation.
This sign may be shrouded, but this one leaves no doubt. They are at the entrance to the Canso plane crash site between Ucluelet and Tofino. The trail starts easily and comes to an abandoned transmission station. The bare concrete walls attracted many spray paint artists. The trail through the bog is on boards, but it is not really a boardwalk, more a walk on the planks trail. The last 100 meters before the crash site, the trail ascends over mostly roots. And here it is, the mangled remains of the consolidated Canso 11007. This is a picture of the same model from the Royal Canadian Air Force website. On February 12, 1945, the plane took off from Tofino when the left engine failed. The pilot attempted a 180-degree turn and impacted with the forested hill. All on board survived with only minor injuries. Our Tofino visit came to an end. We booked the 11:15 ferry back to Vancouver. However, there was a change in our plan, and since we had to wait for 2 days, we now have some time in our story here to talk about my favorite jellyfish. We are always searching for local specialties like honey, beer, wine or spirits. They pointed to the Psychedelic Jellyfish absinthe from the Tofino Distillery. I found my well-balanced cocktail with equal parts of fresh lemon juice and psychedelic jellyfish, then topped with carbonated water. Be really careful with that, you may like it. Now back to our trip. It also helped with the fact that our ferry was cancelled. We got the email as we passed through Port Alberni. So we decided to spend 2 more days on the island and booked a site in the Sprout Lake North Campground. The days were getting shorter, the nights colder, and after more than 2.5 months of heading west, we were looking forward to point our jeep eastwards. We still had a few more places to visit. That included the Kettle Valley Rail Trail and the abandoned mine town of Sandon. Subscribe to our escapades and get notified when the new video gets published. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you out there.